For a mom in Michigan, trying to find housing was difficult because of having to pass background checks.
When I was searching for housing recently, I was trying to get into like a townhouse or an apartment, and they do a background check and credit history and like everything like that, and they just denied me. And so I actually am waiting in response to a letter in the mail stating the reasons why, but they said because my criminal history as well as my credit that they weren't able to approve me at that time.
Another Michigan mom talked about how housing applications gave her stress because they asked about her conviction history.
I'm planning to move. So, me putting in an application for whether it be an apartment or me trying to rent out a house, just having that in the back of my mind, like, is that going to come up? Um, and even if it doesn't hinder me from moving into that residence, is this something that they're going to know about? That's an embarrassment.
A man living with convictions in Texas talked about how not being able to find housing also affected his family.
Formerly, I stayed with my wife and my children. We took over an apartment lease from my mother. The apartment is still in her name, and that's due to the fact that I applied at, I want to say, more than 20 apartment um, locations, whether it be private owned or, Section 8. Even Section 8 itself, I've applied for, and I was denied all of it. I have blue collar crimes, what are considered blue collar crimes, and it gets frustrating at times because my kids are getting older, and an apartment's not going to do. So I have to try to figure out some way to be able to one day get us a house and not have to worry about my background affecting that. So far, it's been tough trying to, step out on my own and get an apartment, build my credit with my name, and I'm not able to. I haven't recently applied for any other type of housing, but I know when I do want to go and get me something for myself in my own name, it's going to be tough. And I know that because it's up until this point when I was trying, it had already been tough. And I know the pandemic and all of the other, problems in the world that has went on, it's not going to make it any easier.
A woman living with convictions in Louisiana shared a similar sentiment.
Before I came here, when I did go somewhere, I would be afraid to disclose any information because some of them wouldn't even get me through the process. They just let me know. I was like, no, we don't accept felons. I went on a apartment hunt, and I had an interview even with public housing recently, and I was just holding my breath when I was signing the paper for my background check. It's been 2 weeks. They told me that I would hear something in a few days, and I was just trying to be hopeful because not only do I owe $200 to public housing that I would have to pay off before I could even move, I know that my background check can stop me from getting in there. But I really need that help.